10,000 fearless on the move. Let's go.
Deep in the delta where the willows grow, in the soil stained by the blood of my ancestors. Punch bowl voices call out to my soul for justice. The wicked will reap what they've sown. Spirit of Aziz is back on the rise. Soldiers in the delta kept it alive. Time to stand up, take our place in the sun. Understand the time and what must be done.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip.
Gotta make a move and take control. Have something we can call our own. So shine your light, help the people see that now is the time for us to be free. And if you waiting on the pie in the sky, you better wake up fast. They told you a lie, cause big fields await the wide awake man. Elijah's got the massive
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. Injustice we've had enough. All of our divisions we're breaking up. Destiny has been calling us. The spirit of the Most High is guiding us.
See, the time is now. What you waiting on? Quit shooting your brothers. Put your gun down. Come on. They got a cage waiting for you if you keep that up. Early graves coming to you. From that, can't raise you up. Now, Sister Ida B and Fannie Lou, check them out and you'll know what to do. But if you really want your enemy to be alarmed, read the final call. Follow Farrakhan.
10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. 10K fearless. 10K fearless on the move. 10K fearless on the move. In Mississippi, Mississippi. 10,000 fearless on the move.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you and welcome back to the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. We are back. I am your brother, friend, and host, Abdul Shahid Muhammad, and it is thrilling to be back at these microphones for this most important podcast where we share information. And it is certainly our prayer that that information and what we share would aid us in our spiritual growth and development and serve as guidance in these troubling times. Please allow me to begin properly. In the name of Almighty God, Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we bear witness to the oneness of God, to the oneness of his prophets, and to the oneness of those scriptures that were revealed through them to the whole of humanity. Please allow me to greet you with the greeting words of peace. Again, assalamu alaikum. Man, we've been away for a few weeks. A lot has happened. A lot is going on. But tonight we got a special, we always consider it special, program for you. We have a special guest. We will be having our brother student minister Kevin Muhammad out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Muhammad Study Group of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And as you know, this is the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast covering Tennessee, Mississippi, and Eastern Arkansas. So we're going to get at it. this evening. I'm so happy to be back. Let me go ahead and get some quick shout outs. Everybody is coming back on. Wow, good to see you all. Brother Keith, I see you. Sister Audrey, and many others. Some don't have their actual name. We see Sister Lydia is on. Thank you for joining us, dear sisters. And as the others and the rest of you come on to join us for tonight's broadcast, we are certainly prayerful that what we share will aid us, as I've just stated, in our spiritual growth and development. But before we get started, I like to always lay the foundation for our podcast and whatever conversation that comes as a result of this broadcast with what I call axioms, or guiding principles that help guide the conversation and the thought process as you listen to what Almighty God, Allah, will bless us to share. What is an axiom, you may ask? An axiom is a statement or proposition which is regarded as being established, accepted, or self-evidently true, to serve as a premise or starting point for further reasoning and arguments. Okay? So we want to open with our axioms, and the one that I always like to start with is from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I have several from him, but I'll start with this one when he told us, quote, "He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes for you the circumference of your activity." And we have to bear witness that in news, in education, in religion, in politics, someone has always wanted to dictate and control the narrative or prescribe for us or give to us the diameter of knowledge that they may prescribe to us the circumference of our activity or the bounds within which we should behave. And whenever we step outside of what they have given us, then we are considered a radical or a problem, even when stepping outside is necessary and a good thing and is in the best interest of us as a people. I'm getting messages that I got a little static in my mic. Well, that may be due to a little rust. For 3 weeks we've been away, but we're back, dear family, and we're so happy to be back. The second one, well, that's end of the quote, activity. Second axiom I like to use from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan as well is the definition he gave us of a slave, wherein he wrote, quote, "A slave is one whose power and authority is ruled over by another, and whose sphere of freedom is limited according to the wishes of his master," end quote. And that's the twin of the first axiom. Slave master is always wanting to exert power over us, tell us who to associate with, who we can and can't have as friends. We in the Nation of Islam, and our dear beloved minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has been victimized in that way, and those who love him have been victimized in that way, where certain members of or certain ones in society have a problem with our people associating with a good man. And I do mean a good man, a beloved brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The third and final axiom that I'll share with you is one that is very, very instructive in this hour, dear brothers and sisters. And it is also from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he said to us, quote, "When you see men fall, don't laugh, learn. Learn because you are on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you're laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make a mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself." Man, that is so powerful. Very, very powerful axioms. And we're going to break away because we got some commercial announcements and we want to get them in. We always want to support those who have supported us. So we'll be right back after these commercial announcements.
worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button, or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
What's your source for truth in news reports?
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Where do you turn for non-corporate driven news that's fair and balanced?
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Subscribe to the Final Call News, your #1 free and independent news source that delivers hard-hitting national and international news coverage of today's political, economic, and social issues. To subscribe to local home delivery, call us at area code 662-252-8999. That's 662-252-8999. Visit our website at www.finalcall.com.
The Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique. At Urban Indulgence, we pride ourselves on offering quality, effective skincare. Handcrafted with plant-based, skin-loving ingredients, our soaps and body butters will give you luxurious lather and ultimate moisture. Experience The Urban Indulgence at 3314 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, 3 blocks west of Poplar Plaza, or shop with us online at theurbanindulgence.com. theurbanindulgence.com.
10,000 fearless on the move.
Yes, and we're back live. We are back live again. I am your host, your brother and friend, Brother Abdul Shaheed Muhammad, and we are excited to be here tonight for the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. Just a couple of announcements. Make sure you go to Google Play or to the App Store on an iPhone and download the Final Call Radio app, where you can listen at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 24/7. So make sure you go to Google Play or to the App Store and download the Final Call app. Please subscribe to the Final Call. We are asking those who are listening in the Marshall County area of Holly Springs, Mississippi, Red Banks, and the surrounding areas, New Albany, Victoria, Mississippi, Byhalia, South Haven, wherever you are. If you're close to Holly Springs, we want you to subscribe to the Final Call newspaper. Make sure you can give us a call in Holly Springs at 901-252-8999, and we'll deliver it to your door. You can actually write us too. You can write us to Muhammad Study Group 78, Holly Springs, Mississippi, P.O. Box 517, Holly Springs, Mississippi 38635. We have available also that Supreme Bean Pie for a donation. Make sure you come by 165 North Memphis Street to Muhammad Study Group 78A, and we have that Supreme Bean Pie shipped all the way from our bakery in the Chi-Town of Chicago, Illinois. So make sure you come and get you some of that delectable Supreme Bean Pie. We also have available our 2-pound bags of whiting fish. You know you eat fish every Friday. I mean, hey, that's something that we just do as black people. So come by and get you one of those bags of fish. We are expecting in just a few minutes here our brother who is over the Ministry of Agriculture for Muhammad Study Group 78A, Brother William Muhammad, with our farm report. Let me look in the queue and see if our brother has made it here with us. And before I get to him, I know you've probably heard by now that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam has filed a suit against the Anti-Defamation League and the Simon Wiesenthal Center. If you want to know more about it, go to noi.org/NOIV as in Victor ADL. You can actually download the court document. There's a link for you so you can hear it straight from the source, unfiltered through the mediums that have never been our friend, okay? So you can also read the statements and as well as listen and view the video statement of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Again, just go to noi.org/NOIV /NOIVADL. So make sure you do that. So let me go and look for my brother William Muhammad. Where is he? Where you at, Brother William? Well, I don't see him on there yet. He may give me a call because sometimes, getting on with Brother William, he'll have a phone. Hold on, let me check the second page 2. Man, we got 2 pages of people on here tonight. Welcome, Sister Omega. It's good to see you on. My beautiful, beautiful wife is on. Thank you, hon, for your continued and unwavering support as we and I try to do this podcast program. Looking for you, Brother William. He hasn't come on just yet. But dear brothers and sisters, as we stated earlier at the outset of our program, we have a very special guest for you. A brother who has been doing, in my estimation and in my humble judgment and the assessment I have been blessed to make and what I have been blessed to see and witness, Student Minister Kevin Muhammad of Muhammad Study Group in Chattanooga, Tennessee, is doing a great work. He and the believers there who assist and aid and assist and help him with the work that they're doing with Community Haven and the 10,000 Fearless in Chattanooga. There my brother is. Come on in here, Brother William. I see you. Okay, I just invited you in, my brother, so I'm just waiting for you to hit the dash panel. Okay, there he is. Assalamu alaikum, Brother William.
Walaikum salam, sir. How you doing?
I'm well, and there we go again, brother. Your volume is way, way down. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you are very, very, very low. So let's shift gears, brother, and get off the dash panel and give me a direct call. And you know how to do that, and we'll get you in and we'll get our farm report of what's happening on those 7, almost 8 acres of land that's being cultivated down in Ackerman, Mississippi. We got some exciting things that's about to unravel in Holly Springs. Let's see, I got another one. Let's see here. Inviting you in there. I hear you, Brother William, but you're very, very low.
Okay, I'm going to call you direct.
Yes, sir. Do that. Do that, brother. I think that'll be much better so our listening audience can hear. Man, we got a robust audience tonight. We certainly want to thank everyone for taking time out of their schedule to be with us this evening. And in just a second here, we're going to have Brother William on because, brothers and sisters, if you've been paying attention to the news, they've been telling you what's on the food and how the food is not healthy and what's going on with it. And here he is, our Brother William Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir. Much better. That's much better than what we heard you coming through today. I don't know what it is with that phone or everybody else that comes on the program, brother. The audience hear them the same way they are hearing me now. Hopefully, someone told me, my wife told me, as a matter of fact, that there's some static in my microphone. So I'm hoping it gets better as we go. I'm hoping that you can hear me loud and clear. For those that have tuned in, if you can come in, just type a 1 in the comment section if I'm being heard nice and clearly. And as you respond to my request, we're going to get Brother William started on the farm report. What's going on out in the field there, Brother William? What's growing, man?
Yes, sir. Well, like I said, we replanted a while back. We do have some turnip greens that are available right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got to check back with Brother Musa tomorrow because he called me yesterday and asked me did I want some. I told him yes, I did. Right before it got cold, we were having some good success with the yellow squash. But as soon as the cold snap came in, it ceased all of the yellow squash from producing for some reason. The ground's looking pretty dry. We need some rain bad. And so we got some things come along for the spring as well. I'm in the process of planting some seeds, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, some few artichokes, and a few other things that I'm planting. We're doing with the starter trays, and hopefully we can get this hoop house started on about November the 18th.
Praise be to Allah. Well, brother, that is great, man. I could use some of them turnips, man, from those greens down there, brother. Some of those rutabagas and as well. So if you have some, bring them up Holly Springs way, and they'll get snatched up real quick. Because I know, brother, well, last time y'all brought some produce, brother, those produce sold out so fast, it was ridiculous. So that is great. And you mentioned the Hoop House, and let me get a mighty FOI of Holly Springs a grand round of applause for their desire to build a hoop house. We're going to be constructing a hoop house in Holly Springs, and it ain't going to be no little bitty one either. We're going to have a nice size one, be at the will of Allah, that we may have a garden and a food source that we control, that we manage, that we build right there in Holly Springs, Mississippi. And just keep your ear to the ground now, because the brothers are all on board. Thanks to Brother Najee and all of the mighty FOI. Brother Najee is our FOI coordinator in Holly Springs. Thanks to Brother Gerald Muhammad of Vicksburg, Mississippi, who is our expert extraordinaire, who's going to guide us through the process. He's been trained. He's trained under Will Allen. He is part of the Ministry of Agriculture for the Nation of Islam. He attends meetings regularly with our national farm, director of the farm, student minister, Dr. Ridgely Muhammad. And I think he had a meeting with him, or was on a call with him last night. I think they meet every Wednesday evening, if I'm not mistaken. Every Tuesday evening. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are on there, and Brother William is on that call as well. And Brother William has been designated the Student Minister of Agriculture for the Holly Springs, Mississippi Study Group, and deserves a round of applause. Brother has taken the helm of that, and he's accepted that role and that duty. And brother has been doing a wonderful job. Anything else you got for us, Brother William, before we part ways?
Yes, sir. Just a couple of things. One is this hoop house project is something that we're going to really be working on real hard. We're trying to set up two. One on the farm with Brother Musa, that's Kingdom Farms, and then here in Holly Springs, that location hasn't been disclosed as of yet. But this is something that, in order for us to be on that serious thought frame of being independent from our oppressor, we must have land so that we can produce our own food. And I want to just extend a gratitude of thanks to Brother Davy Muhammad, who's the owner of the land.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother, for mentioning that. Brother Davy stepped forward, and I've known my dear brother Davy Muhammad, man, since we was in high school, and he is there with us in Holly Springs, and Brother Davy has a nice, already cleared spot for us to erect our hoop house, and brother has graciously extended his property to the Holly Springs, Mississippi Study Group, and be it the will of Allah, we're definitely going to make good use of it, and we want to serve that community because it's kind of like a lot of food deserts in Mississippi. People have to travel for some distance, and really the only food source really right there in Holly Springs, you got the Walmart there, and then there's another grocery store just a rock's throw from the mosque. So people do have somewhere to go. But as I was stating earlier, Brother William, and you maybe can chime in on this, brother, as we approach the 7:30 hour, which we will have our brother student minister Kevin Muhammad. We will begin his interview promptly. But you were sharing with me, brother, with how the chemicals on the food, they've given further warnings recently. You want to share with us, Brother William, what you've learned and what you've unearthed in that regard?
Yes, sir. And Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who is a scholar on the historical research team of the Nation of Islam, he brought this to our attention a while back in one of his lectures and some of his online studies you can go and read and listen to. The food that they're using, it has been weaponized based on our genotype, which means that, as a matter of fact, Brother Daniel also spoke on that this past Sunday. And this means that they can weaponize the food against us based on what our genetic makeup is, that, every other race of people can consume this food and they can target only us if that's what they're looking to do. But that the depopulation agenda is real. Memorandum 200 goes into detail about that. But they have taken the food and made it harmful to us by adding chemicals that is based on our genetic makeup, and that's how it affects us. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And brothers and sisters, for those of you who may be unfamiliar and may not know very much with that regard to what is really in truth biological warfare, America has engaged in biological warfare on the indigenous people of North America since they've been here, going all the way back to General Amherst when he put smallpox. He laced blankets with smallpox and gave them to our native brothers here, as they call them, Indians, and decimated that population. We know about the Tuskegee experiment, and for some reason we are naive enough to think that they are not still planning wickedly to get rid or to stunt our growth. I was reading and I'm working on, for this Sunday's message, I was reading excerpts from a book entitled The Browning of America. And I can't remember the subtitle, but it has to do with evading social justice or not giving it. And they are concerned that America is turning brown, approaching black, meaning the population of people of color is outstripping the white population. And people with a racist mind, when they look at that, they try to do something to stunt the growth or stem the tide of the population of people of color while they work to get themselves or populate the country with themselves more. So there you have it. Man, we got some static going on here. And I think that's coming from you too, Brother William. Well, Brother William, look, we thank you, brother, for the report. We're going to move, and I'm going to pull Brother Kevin in here. I see him on the dash panel. I just sent him an invite to join the call. But Brother William, thank you for the report, brother. May Allah bless you, sir. Inshallah, we'll see you next Thursday.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for having me.
As a matter of fact, brother, we may not be on next Thursday because I'll have an announcement of what's going on for next Thursday for the believers. And to our audience, we may not be live next Thursday, but please stand by. The 10K Fearless podcast will certainly be broadcasting from now on. So thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks, sir.
Praise be to Allah. That was our brother William Muhammad. And right now, we got our brother Kevin Muhammad. And we have another person who is, but we're going to cut that off there. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Kevin. Are you there?
Walaikum salam. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Now, wow, loud and clear. You had a little static there for a second, but God willing, man, we will be able to manage that and keep that going. So, brother, look, let's bring him in. Brother Student Minister Kevin Muhammad of the Chattanooga, Tennessee Muhammad Study Group of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Brother, thank you for accepting our humble invitation.
Thank you for having us.
Dear brother, look, I want to begin, brother Minister Kevin, man. You got a lot going on in Chattanooga. I've been blessed to make several visits. As a matter of fact, 3. No, I take that back. It may have been 4. Came to a regional meeting, 2 regional meetings, and you invited a brother up, do a little music, and came first time and entertained, and I think the believers kind of liked it, and so you invited me back to be a part of this recent fashion show that was just held in Chattanooga. It was a beautiful event. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, brother. So thank you for the invitation. But I want to begin, brother, by allowing you, please introduce yourself to our listening audience.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to first say in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. I am, of course, Brother Kevin Muhammad. I'm the student helper in the city of Chattanooga for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir. Praise.
That's plain.
And you're getting some kind of bouncing effect as well, Brother Kevin. I'm not sure what that is, but it's kind of like it's not quite static, but it's
Okay, is this better?
Yes, sir. That's better. But okay. Continue, please.
All right.
Yes, sir. Please. Were you done with your introduction, or you have more?
Yes, sir. I was done. No, sir. I was done with my introduction.
Praise be to Allah. So, brother, I really want to have a conversation with you about what's happening in Chattanooga with Community Haven and the 10K Fearless. As a matter of fact, brother, what you have,
Yes, sir.
what you've been blessed to do, brother, is a model, if you will, that can serve to guide the rest of us as you have been guided by our student regional or southern regional minister, student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, with the the monumental work that he's done in the Bluff there in Atlanta, Georgia, to the point where it was given the moniker God is in the Bluff, one of the most crime-ridden areas
Yes, sir.
of Atlanta, Georgia. And if I'm not mistaken, brother, you took his guidance in that template and you essentially have become the twin of what's happening in the Bluff. So what did you see happening in Chattanooga that made or inspired you to establish the 10K Fearless there in Chattanooga?
Well, we want to go back to 2015
Yes, sir.
when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, at the Justice or Else, he called for 10,000 fearless. And the purpose of the 10,000 fearless was to go back into our communities and make them decent and safe places to live. He asked that we stand between, that we get out in the streets, and that we stand between the guns and the gangs. And he was looking for 10,000 in the midst of the million. Well, our student regional minister, Abdul Sharif Muhammad, heard the call, and he established the first 10,000 Fearless headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
And he brought our minister to Chicago, he and Reverend McDonald, and he asked that we follow the example of student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. And he wanted us to duplicate, triplicate, quadruplicate, quintruplicate the efforts of student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad in Atlanta. So that was the start of it. And Chattanooga was the second city
Yes, sir.
in the whole nation of Islam to establish a 10,000 Fearless headquarters by following the model of Atlanta, Georgia. So the Community Haven is an outgrowth of the 10,000 Fearless. It's actually the nonprofit under which the 10,000 Fearless operates. And it's been established since 2015. And we started it with our food bank, where we became the largest free produce giveaway entity in the city of Chattanooga by doing over 1 million pounds of free produce in just 1 year's time in 4 different locations of our city right before the pandemic.
Wow.
That's our start.
Wow. Wow. And brother, we are prayerful that hoop house that I pray that Allah will bless us to be successful. That will be a source for our people in North Mississippi. So now, brother, you were, by God's grace, the first. Chattanooga, the city of Chattanooga, was the first to establish it. And when I got to the southern region, brother, when I accepted to the post in Holly Springs, and when I was asked, Sister Student Minister Emeritus Patricia Muhammad asked that if I would come and aid and assist there in Holly Springs. And when I accepted, brother, that's when I heard about you. I started hearing, I'm like, and I was watching from afar for a couple of years at least. And I saw you do a couple of presentations, and brother, I was really just floored. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just floored. But in a recent article, the article was in 2018. Of course, it was in the final call, June 20th, 2018 article, in the final call, where our student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, just to give some perspective as what has happened since the first city has been established. Now, this is back in 2018 when Brother Sharif said, quote, Allah God has blessed us to have at least 110,000 fearless centers around the country. And he is the national director of it, emeritus or interim director, as I understand it. And the Atlanta group is led by the co-chair, Student Minister Sharif Muhammad, and Reverend Timothy McDonald, who is the pastor of the first Iconium Baptist Church. And I say that to segue into who all, in terms of different walks of life from among our people, organizations, and people of faith, are involved in the 10,000 Fearless, particularly where you are, brother.
Well, our original, when we began in 2015, we first followed the model of Atlanta under Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, and we partnered with two local pastors in the city of Chattanooga, Pastor Timothy Carruthers and Pastor Charlotte Williams. That was the original board and the original partnerships that we had when we first started. And we were on what is called in Chattanooga, the south side of town, where we started in a house. And that house was right next to our study group at the time and right next to the church of Pastor Timothy Carruthers. And we formed a partnership. We worked together. We actually called that area Heaven on Hughes,
Yes, sir.
because it was located on Hughes Avenue. That pastor now has left and he's moved on to pastor a church in, I believe, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
And we took an abandoned house, and from that we grew. And we actually outgrew that house and were blessed to get 5 acres of land on the east side of town, in East Chattanooga, which is where we're located now. In East Chattanooga on 5 acres of land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. And we're still getting that. It's something, brother, that's interfering with your audio, and it's glitching in and out and glitch. I'm not sure what it is. Make sure that your earphones are plugged in snugly to your phone.
Yeah,
there.
I'm kind of hearing that on yours as well. But
Really?
Yours I think has been doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think yours has been doing it from the very beginning of the podcast.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what's happening.
Wow. I'm not sure.
My son is telling me he hears me clear.
Oh, yeah.
That it is some static. They're saying they can hear me fine.
Oh, okay.
They're saying yours has some type of static happening.
Wow. And I've double checked my connections. This is the first time me experiencing something like this. Hopefully, brother, we'll be able to resolve it before the night is out. Hopefully things will clear up. I'm again checking our connections, making sure everything is firmly seated and that kind of thing. But let us continue, brother, because I really want the people to hear this, because in the wake of the increase in crime and violence, and as you said earlier, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan asked us to step forward to stand between the gangs and the guns and to bring peace and make our communities a safe and decent place to live. It's our responsibility. We can't wait on law enforcement to do it. We can't wait on the benevolence of politicians. We've been waiting on that for quite some time now, to no avail. But what is the aim? What are some of the aims and objectives and some of the services offered with the 10K Fearless? And we're going to get into detail to how we're going to go through the pedagogy or the history of how you got started. I think you did it in part so far, but there were some things that I've heard you talk about, brother, that I hope you remember that you would share with the audience. But what are some of the aims and objectives and some of the programs and services that are offered with the 10K Fearless and Community Haven?
Yes, the aim was given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and that is to make our community a decent and safe place to live.
Yes, sir.
Now, in doing that, it actually follows the 9 ministries that was given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in 2005 at the Millions More movement.
Right.
So what we're doing here with the Community Haven is we have a Feed the Community program. And like I say, when we started, we became the largest provider of free produce in the Black community in the city of Chattanooga, operating in 4 different parts of town. And due to the pandemic, that cut it back. The food bank had to stop that program, but we still do it now on a smaller scale from out of our headquarters. And that food program actually is what opened everything up for us when we went into the food program. And from that allowed the people and us to get a hold and in touch with the needs of the people. And when we moved to our current location, we observed and noticed that Goodwill is a $6 billion enterprise, and Goodwill makes a profit off everything that it has because all of its product is donated. So they have no cost of goods sold. So if somebody donates them a shirt for free and they turn around and sell that shirt for $2, they just made a $200 profit, of $200, of 200%, pardon me,
Yes, sir.
profit.
Right.
So we began to ask our people to, rather than sending or giving their clothes to the Goodwill, bring them to us. And within no time, we filled up 2 40-foot containers of clothes that were donated by the community. We have a basement full of clothes, and that we opened a thrift store, and now also that allows us to go to the homeless shelter. For an example, Thanksgiving, we're going to the homeless shelter to give away food, but in addition to give away clothing, coats, hats, suits, pants, shirts to those who are in need, because the community donates that to us. Also, we following the example of Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, we purchased a patrol car, our first patrol car. We went on live radio and asked people to help us to purchase that vehicle. And the community responded. We purchased our first patrol vehicle. And now, by God's grace, we have 5 patrol vehicles.
Wow.
Where we actually patrol the neighborhood where our headquarters is. And we patrol it. And the response from the community with this patrol is absolutely overwhelming.
Man.
So much so that we have meetings on a regular basis with our police chief. And our police chief, so impressed with the work of the 10,000 Fearless in the community haven, brought all of her officers in who patrol that area and let them know that this community patrol from this 10,000 Fearless headquarters, we are instructing you that whatever they want, you give it to them. That they will be patrolling this area, and we want you not to bother them. Let them do what they do.
Wow.
And we have found that to be true. Our chief of the community patrol is our brother, hard-working soldier, Brother William Muhammad, who heads that patrol, and they go out. And I mean, we've been in what is considered one of the housing developments where a massive fight broke out.
Man.
I mean, over 100 rounds of shots were fired. Massive fight broke out between our sisters. The Chattanooga Police Department was there, but it was the 10,000 Fearless who actually brought order. We brought order to that community to that housing development, and we stopped a riot actually from happening. We have been in our communities where our brothers have stopped a couple of shootings that have taken place, where guns have been drawn and they've stopped them, from doing that. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about the efforts that are being made in our 10,000 Fearless. And one of the best things that happened to us, Brother William and I were sitting at a restaurant. Yes, and, well, when we first walked in, the sisters behind the counter said, "That's the Muslims right there. That's the Muslims." Oh, yeah, they're the ones that help our children. They're the ones that do this, that, and the other. And there was this lady in there. You know how white people, when they see their soldiers, they thank them for their service and shake their hands?
Yes, sir.
Well, they came over to us and said, "We thank you for your service in our community."
Wow.
We appreciate everything that you are doing.
Man.
So much so, Mr. Shahid, that the Neighborhood Association just held their first Neighborhood Association meeting in the Bushtown area where we're located.
Mm-hmm.
And they nominated myself as the vice president of the association.
Wow.
For the efforts and work that we're doing in the community.
Praise be to Allah. And I got to tell you, brothers and sisters, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I don't want to cut you off.
No. I was going to talk just briefly about some of the summer programs that we had as well.
Yes, sir.
Where we had a job training. Mm-hmm. And we had 3 sessions of our job training with 15, young people from 14 and up who were in the job training, where they came to the job training. They were required to come 2 hours per week for 3 weeks, taught them about resumes, taught them about, mock interviews, taught them about, entrepreneurship, how to open a bank account. And when they completed that course, each student that completed that course received a $300 stipend where they were able to go open up their bank account. So we gave out about $15,000 to our young people for attending the job training. Out of that, we hired 11 of them who worked at our bounce park called Bouncing Park.
Yes.
And they worked there during the summer. And all 11 of them earned nearly $2,000 apiece during the summer working there, where we went out in the community. We took bounce houses out in the community. We had cookouts in the community, gave away free food, played music. The children were able to bounce, and we just took that all throughout the area where we're located, to Carver Center, the rec centers, giving away food, just having a good time, and just creating a decent and safe place for our people and our young people to enjoy themselves.
Man, that is absolutely wonderful, brother. You've actually answered the next question that I had, which was going to be, how has the youth and our children responded to the presence? I mean, you've already answered that question thoroughly. And to some degree, you've answered how local government and police. But would you like to further elaborate, brother? Because I think there's a little more that you, at least because I've had conversations with you, I've listened at your presentations on how local leadership and government has responded. Yes, sir.
The local government was so impressed with what we were doing. First of all, let us say this. All of the efforts that we had was basically done out of the love that we have for our people that has been instilled in us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We did not wait around for local government to give us anything or to tell us what to do. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan put the word out. Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad made the word flesh, and we moved out based on the instructions of God from our Commander-in-Chief, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The vehicles we purchased, that was out of the goodwill of the people in the community who support us. That was out of the goodwill of us making sacrifices out of our own monies. The property that we have, that was sacrifices that we made out of our own pockets to establish the headquarters, to purchase the vehicles. The government then saw what we were doing. As which Minister Farrakhan said in Torchlight for America and at the time in What Must Be Done, he said the federal government should fund the Nation of Islam. And the program that was established in Washington, D.C. under the Dope Busters, under Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, when he was captain there in Washington, D.C. They said they should fund us. So when the Biden administration put out COVID relief money, pandemic money, right, the city of Chattanooga received some of those funds, about $30 million. Mm-hmm. And we wrote a proposal that we would utilize the 10,000 Fearless and the Community Patrol to patrol the Bushtown area.
Yes, sir.
And they awarded us $1 million grant.
Wow.
And that $1 million grant allowed us to improve upon and accelerate the efforts that we were already doing. Keep in mind, Minister Shaheed,
Yes,
the
sir.
minister told us to do this, not for money, but to do it out of the love for the people, and then the money will come. And we bear witness to that because we started with nothing, and then the resources began to come as a result of what we were already doing.
Man.
So with that $1 million, it allowed us to improve upon and begin to hire people who are already doing this work for free, but now to begin to receive some pay.
Yes,
And to
sir.
begin to improve upon our campus to make it more efficient in serving the needs of our people. So the mayor, the city police chief, the councilwoman who's over that area, they're all on board in what we're doing. In fact, before we even received the $1 million from the city of Chattanooga, there was an unfortunate shooting that took place where 7 black women in another part of town, 7 black women were shot and 2 were killed. And it was us who stepped up to the plate and asked our men, in the spirit of the Million Man March, we asked for 100 men to donate $100 to raise $10,000 as a reward for the arrest and conviction whoever committed this heinous crime.
Yes, sir.
And we raised the $10,000 bailout raise, and then we challenged the mayor to match our $10,000. And the mayor, and we had a joint press conference at the community haven where the mayor thanked us for our effort, and he matched through the city of Chattanooga that $10,000. So that also led the way for us to receive the $1 million grant to continue the work that we're doing at the community haven.
Wow.
I hope I didn't go too long.
Oh, no, sir, brother. You did not go too long, man. As a matter of fact, we're at the halfway point in the program, and we're going to take a brief break, brother, because I want you to describe that beautiful property. I call it a compound. And I want you to, dear brother, to paint a picture for our audience of what Allah God has blessed you all and that believing community with, and that community at large with. So stand by, brother Minister Kevin. Family, we'll be right back after these commercial announcements.
It's my people. Negroes are the only people I know that
Ghost. I ain't dead. It's a pleasure to give my life just to live forever. He who weaponizes the blood of martyrs said, get your children ready for the slaughter. Blame the patriarchy, thank your fathers. But every racist devil had a racist mama. When strange fruit meets forbidden fruit, your hands up today, don't shoot. So say my name. Really can't afford this price of fame. Who knew the guy had a boomerang and he called it karma? She ain't never shied away from no drama. From 1555 to 1955, we watched it intensify. Some still believe the lies, cause niggas.
Taste the difference. Taste Supreme. Enjoy our 100% natural Supreme spring water with natural calcium and magnesium, but 0 fluoride and 0 chloride. Our bottles are BPA free. Order yours today. Call us at 800-573-8033. That's 800-573-8033. Or visit us online at www.supremespringwater.com. Live supreme. Be supreme. Drink supreme. Supreme Spring Water. 801 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314.
The Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique. At Urban Indulgence, we pride ourselves on offering quality, effective skincare. Handcrafted with plant-based, skin-loving ingredients, our soaps and body butters will give you luxurious lather and ultimate moisture. Experience The Urban Indulgence at 3314 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, 3 blocks west of Poplar Plaza, or shop with us online at theurbanindulgence.com. theurbanindulgence.com.
What's your source for truth in news reports?
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Where do you turn for non-corporate driven news that's fair and balanced?
No shoot.
Subscribe to the Final Call News, your number one free and independent news source that delivers hard-hitting national and international news coverage of today's political, economic, and social issues. To subscribe to local home delivery, call us at area code 662-252-8999. That's 662-252-8999. Visit our website at www.finalcall.com.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
10,000 fearless on the move.
And we are back live here with the 10K Fearless Tri-State Podcast. Again, I am your host, Brother Abdul Shaheed Muhammad. We have a beautiful brother with us this evening in a beautiful community in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Our brother student minister, Kevin Muhammad of Muhammad Study Group of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he's doing great work, as you have heard thus far. We want to take a moment to thank those of you who have taken time to tune in with us tonight. Thank you so very much. You've given us a hearty welcome back to these microphones. So I would just like to applaud you all. Thank you so very much. So let's get back with our dear brother, student minister Kevin Muhammad. Brother minister, how you feeling, man? You feeling good so far?
Oh, yes, sir. I feel fine by Allah's grace. What about yourself?
Man, I'm on top of the world, like brother student minister Sharif like to say, man. He's got me saying that now. It's good to be on top of the world. But brother, if you would, give our audience, if best you can, paint a picture of the property that you were able to get from the city, from where you are operating now. If you would, just kind of describe it.
Okay. The property, we did not receive the property from the city.
Okay.
The property was in the possession of
that's right.
Beautiful black sister.
That's right.
Who was one of the first, the city of Chattanooga had not had a black person only one black person elected to office in the city of Chattanooga since Reconstruction. That's how long and how segregated and how hard it was here in this city for black people until 1990. We did not have but one black elected official since Reconstruction up until 1990. And there was a lawsuit filed.
Wow.
In order for black people to have more representation. And the name on that lawsuit was Brown versus the city of Chattanooga. And Dr. Tommy Brown, lended her name to it because she was very well known and a professor, one of only a handful of black professors at the university here. So she lended her name to that lawsuit. So she became a state representative, and she became the most powerful black politician in the city of Chattanooga. And they gerrymandered her district, had someone to run against her. She lost her seat. But while she had that seat, she was able to acquire this property of 5 acres, and she began to build houses through her development corporation in that neighborhood to begin to revitalize it. But when she lost that seat and they gerrymandered her to strip her of her power, she also lost her resources and was about to lose that particular piece of property.
Wow.
And of course, the vultures in our community, through gerrymandering, were just about ready to swoop in and take that property. But she wanted it to stay into the hands of black people. And that's when we were fortunate enough to have done what we were asked to do by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the structure set up by Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad to start our nonprofit. And we approached her and let her know that we were interested in the property. And it was so, I mean, I tell you, Allah is so good and so beneficent that she reminded us that it was us who helped to save her political career based on advice that we had given to her from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Wow.
So we were able to acquire that property from her, you know, for basically little or nothing. And that's how we received the property. Secondly, in regards to the city of Chattanooga, that property is the center point of what is called Bushtown.
Okay.
Bushtown was founded by Black people. Black people left from downtown Chattanooga, migrated to this part of town, had a Black mayor, Black businesses, built their own houses, had their own school. In fact, the property used to be a Black Catholic school.
Wow.
And it was the focal point of the Black community, Bushtown. It was the first Black incorporated township in Tennessee. And according to an article, it was the first Black incorporated township on American soil. So it's a very strategic and a very important piece of property. And when we acquired it, it had, you know, gone down, you know, because of her loss of resources.
Right.
Had 8 buildings on it, and we began building by building to begin to rehab it. We first rehabbed the first building, which became our administrative office. Then we remodeled a part that's called the pavilion. And the place was so, I mean, it was such in bad shape, Mr. Shahid, that, I mean, we found dead coyote there.
Wow.
It was overrun with rats and overrun with, what do you call those things, groundhogs.
Yes,
I think we removed maybe 15 groundhogs from the property. Trees, brush, everything. It was just, it was really a blighted place. So the minister said, make our communities decent and safe place to live. So we went to work. And the place that you see now, when you come, was not the condition of the property when we got there. So we opened our administrative office. We've opened up a communication building, a pavilion where people can come in and have workshops. We've got a basketball court.
Beautiful property.
We've got the largest and only outdoor inflatable bounce park with over 20 bounce houses on it. And we're actually licensed and certified through the state of Tennessee as an amusement park. We're right now in the process of opening a library that will have Black books. We're partnering with a young man who's buying the books and furnishing it. We're also looking at now opening up a civil rights museum inside of the library. We're also opening up a multi-purpose building. That's where we had our fashion show.
Yes.
We have plans to have our own daycare, and of course, we have a huge building that we haven't even touched yet, that we're looking at opening up as a school and a resource. And we're planning this next spring to open up, to start our garden so we can start growing our own food.
Yes, sir.
Just so much is happening.
Man.
So much is happening by Allah's grace.
Man. And dear family, he did a wonderful job painting that picture, man. When you were talking, brother, I'm envisioning, I'm walking to the walkways, the sidewalks that lead to the pavilion, that lead to the communications building where meetings of the regional student ministers and laborers meetings or student minister meetings have been held. And I mean, man, it's inspiring, brother. You've been an inspiration to myself. I hadn't said this to you before, but watching and witnessing and observing the work that Allah has blessed you to do, brother, has served to light a fire or to really intensify the fire that was already present We know all of us that fire was lit by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But when you see your brother,
Absolutely.
when you see your peer move out in the name of Almighty God Allah and with faith and make the sacrifices and the stick-to-itiveness and the commitment and that you've made and the believers that have been with you, brother, it's really inspiring, man. It's really inspiring. Well, we're downhill from here, brother. It's like 6 minutes after 8. We cut off at 8:30 is right about when we end. How can people get involved? Because I've heard Student Minister Sharif say this, we should have one of these in every city, at least in every major city. Really, I'd say in every city of consequence, we should have this. Wherever we have our people that are struggling with violence and conflict and all of that, how do people get involved, brother?
You know, we first of all have to stop talking about it.
Yes, sir.
We got to be about it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk is over, man.
Yes, sir.
We've got to get up, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is telling us, and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to stop finding every excuse why we can't do something.
That's right.
And find reasons why we can do something. And if there is the will, because we're taught in our lessons that God's will never fails.
That's right.
And he gathers resources, angels, people to carry out his will.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody sees you doing something,
mm-hmm.
they'll help you. You know,
right.
you've heard of the analogy of somebody who's broke down on the side of the road.
Yes, sir.
And they're sitting in their car,
mm-hmm.
and everybody passing by and nobody stops. But the moment that person gets out their car,
mm-hmm.
open up their hood,
mm-hmm.
and don't even know what they're doing, just looking inside the hood,
so just lean
somebody
over in
will
there,
stop and ask you, you need some help.
That's right. That's true.
So just start doing something.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Stop talking about it.
Absolutely, man.
And do. And when you first do, it may not turn out the way you want it to turn out. That's why God is making a new heaven and a new earth himself, because he's not satisfied with the heaven and earth that he made.
Come on.
So he's perfecting his creation.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's constantly improving and perfecting his creation, then you and I have to constantly improve and perfect what it is that we're doing.
Absolutely.
So there's no such thing as failure. It's just that you just gotta keep on adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why we're called scientists.
Yes,
because
sir.
a scientist experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And in experimenting, you're gonna always find a better way to do what it is that you're going to do.
Yes,
and you know,
sir.
when you're doing something, Minister Sharif,
Yes, sir.
Minister Shaheed,
yes, sir.
you don't have time to be envious and jealous of somebody else that's doing something.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Envy and jealousy, you know,
I knew
when you're
that.
not doing
That is right, brother. When you're busy, God is unearthing your gift and unwrapping it for you because you're putting it to work. So you don't have time
Absolutely.
looking at somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And it's only people who are not doing anything that get jealous and envious of somebody who's doing it because they feel like they should be the one having it, but they ain't done nothing to get it.
Come on, brother. Come on, man.
Whereas the person that's working, he ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time, brother.
Man's on the move. Man's constantly evolving. Man's constantly improving himself. So I'm forever grateful.
Yes, sir.
To the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and my regional minister,
Mm-hmm.
Abdul Sharif Muhammad. We got to begin as black men to give other black men credit for the good that they do.
Yes, sir.
And then you don't have time after that to become jealous and envious of them.
That's
so
right.
I would say get busy.
Mm-hmm.
Get busy, just as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Do something for yourself.
Come on.
I don't know what that something is, but do something.
Yes, sir.
Just do something.
Come on, man. And you know, Brother Minister, you just made me think of exactly what Brother Davy, the brother who is making the property available for us to build our hoop house. As a matter of fact, we are raising the funds. We're asking each brother to bring $100 to start the effort to get it built. And Brother Davy, he stood before the brotherhood and said the words that you just said, brother, a few moments ago. All the talk is over, man, you know, and I can bear witness, brother. When you get up and you start doing, Allah will send angels and people around you. And I say that because that's how the business that my wife and I have, the Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique, we didn't have any money, brother. And my wife had a product. I had the idea that we should make it a business. She's in real estate, you know, she's a real estate broker. And she's like, I ain't got time for that. I got to sell some houses. But it was just so, it was just so solid in my mind and consciousness and in my heart. I said, no, ma'am, babe, we have to do this. And with nothing, we stepped out and help came from everywhere, brother. I mean, it literally came from everywhere. So I can bear witness that when you do something, Almighty God, Allah will send people and resources your way from whence you had no idea or any clue that it would come. So I definitely can bear witness.
The minister said, when you are in harmony with the dictates of time, and when you are on time, then sun, moon, stars, the very universe itself will help you to accomplish what it is you're striving to accomplish. But if you don't move out on the dictates of time and you just keep waiting and procrastinating, then that very sun, moon, stars, and resources that will work to aid you will not work against you.
Come on, man.
So we got to move while we still have time, because the book says that there's a day coming when no man will be able to work. So we got to put the work in now.
That's right.
And let your wife know, Minister Shahi, let your wife know that I need some more of that bow tie.
She's listening.
You know, the
suit and tie.
Oh, Lord, I need me some.
Brother, look.
I got to have it. I'm out.
Brother, look,
it's a famine over here.
I'm going to send you a gift, you and your lovely wife, brother. Thank you for coming on as a token of appreciation for accepting the invitation to be on tonight's broadcast, brother. You can rest assured we're going to send you and your wife.
Her products are her products, I am telling you that. Ooh, Lord, you talk about good smelling, good feeling. Oh, my word, it is good.
Yes, sir. My little queen
you
and
all
my daughter.
Have her products. You got to get them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. That's we've been blessed, man. And my wife has been holding it down at that store, man. She works hard every day, day in and day out. She's on the grind, and Lord knows I thank Allah for her. And I do the best that I can to facilitate the way.
Blue Steel? What's it called? Is it called Blue Steel?
Yeah, we have one called Blue Steel. We have a soap and a body butter called Blue Steel. We have one called Suit and Tie. We have one called
I think my wife is saying it's both. Oh, yeah, my wife is saying it's called Suit and Tie.
Yes, I hear in the background.
Suit
bro.
and Tie.
My wife is on and listening, brother, so she's made note of it, I can assure you. And what is it that your wife used, brother? I think we gave her a gift as well.
She's going to tell me here in a minute. She's in another part of the house, so we won't interfere.
Yes, sir.
What's it called? She said mango
papaya.
Papaya?
Yes, sir. Mango papaya. Yes, sir, brother. We'll definitely. I'll take care of that, brother, Minister Kevin. Man, don't worry, Sister Victoria. Don't worry.
And let the people know where they can get it from.
Oh, yes, sir.
Let those who are listening here tonight know. Oh, yes. That stuff's good.
Yes, sir. Well, I created, my wife and I, we put a commercial jingle together. You heard it. We've played it twice already, and we close with it because we want our people to support us. I mean, it's Black-owned, operated. It's manufactured by us, by hand, on site. And it's formulated for that melanated Black man and woman. So, and we have a lot of our Caucasian customers come in, and they love it, brother. So, as you said earlier, Brother Minister, if you are found doing, and if that pursuit is a righteous pursuit, the heavens and the earth and the resources of the universe will back you. That sun, moon, and star and circumstances
absolutely
will come to fruition, brother, to aid and assist us to reach our goal. It's 15 minutes after, brother. Anything you want to leave us with, Brother Minister Kevin? We're going to get into our cultural segment, and I think I did have another question. Hold on, let me look. I asked you how people can get involved. How many cities is the 10,000 Fearless present in now? I know as of 2018 there was over 100, according to what Student Minister Sharif Muhammad said in his interview in the Final Call.
I honestly can't answer that question.
Yes,
because I don't know.
Okay.
And I honestly, man, we just keep our nose to the ground here.
I know, brother. You got your hand pulled up there.
Our regional minister asked us to do so. I hadn't had time to look up to see, honestly.
Yes, sir.
But I'm just grateful to Allah that He has given to us what He's given to us as a gift, because He says that if you're faithful over the little, if you're faithful over a few things,
that's right,
I'll soon increase it and give you much.
That's right.
So whatever you have, those who are in the listening, whatever you have, be faithful and true to what little you have.
Come on, man.
Because God will try you with a little to see how you will do and manage it in order to begin to bless you with more. So whatever you got, do the best that you can with it. And then give God the praise, give Him the glory.
That's right.
Give credit where credit is due. Stay humble, and then Allah will exalt you. But if you try to exalt yourself, Allah will abase you.
Come on, man. That's
because He does not like the braying of an ass. He hates the arrogant.
That's right.
It's the most hateful in His sight. It's the braying of an ass. And have you ever listened to an ass bray?
Ooh, brother, yes,
it's
I have.
It's an ugly sound.
It's ugly, man. It's you.
It is so ugly. So, again, thank you,
brother.
For allowing us the opportunity to come to your broadcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we appreciate, everything that you do as well in Holly Springs. And we love when Ramadan comes along to hear your melodious voice doing the Adhan.
All praises are due
every morning.
Man, please.
Beautiful voice. And I just love hearing you sing one of my favorite artists, Kim, when you do his songs. And
yes, sir.
Oh man, it's just beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. And I thank you and your wife for the example that you all are doing in Holly Springs as well.
Well, brother, praises due to Allah. We couldn't do what we do without Almighty God, Allah, and the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and most definitely the support of the believers there in Holly Springs, the laborers, my dear brother Naji, Sister Audrey Muhammad, brother Freddie Muhammad, Sister Tammy Muhammad, and of course our student minister emeritus, Sister Patricia Muhammad. We're praying for our sister and that she gets better. But she's always on the ground. She's a faithful sister, faithful supporter of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam and the believers there. And of course, man, my backbone, really, the little lady that keeps me on point. She gonna get me when I get off this broadcast. I had a little mess up this evening. But my beloved and lovely wife of 34 years, Sister Shahida Muhammad, honey, thank you for sticking by my side and supporting me through all of this and the believers. Really, this broadcast is a platform for the believers, and you certainly are welcome to this platform, Brother Student Minister Kevin. All you have to do is give me a call, brother, if there's something you want to make known to the public, something you want to announce. That's why I called it the 10K Fearless Tri-State. These three states join together, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas. So, dear brother, you are certainly welcome to this platform, and thank you. And let's give our brother a round of applause for his beautiful presentation and for informing us of the beauty of what's going on in Chattanooga. And Brother Minister Kevin, I love to leave our people with this quote and our guests with this quote from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when he said, quote, "No one can attempt to help our people do anything productive and constructive without feeling personal hurt, pain, loss, being evil spoken of, falsely accused, sometimes beaten, sent to prison, or even put to death. This is the path of Jesus. This is the path of Muhammad, and this is the path of every sincere person who wants to see his or her people delivered from our present condition." End quote. Brother Minister Kevin, let's keep on the grind, brother, and make our communities a safe and decent place to live. Thank you, dear beloved brother. May Allah bless you continually in your efforts in building that community haven. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. Man, that was absolutely wonderful. We want to give our brother another round of applause. And dear family, we're going to break away. We're going to get some more of our commercial announcements in, and we'll be right back after these commercial announcements.
You can tell, COINTEL, my clique has never failed. My boat has never sunk, my ship has never sailed. My hope is never shaken, my spirit is never broken. My legs are never open, my words will always be quoted. My vision is focused. Tell the POTUS I don't trust him, he'll never be noticed. I think it's time that I put you all on notice. I'm the one, David Ruffin, I'll never be Otis. If I did it, then it better work. The music industry hates me cause I'll never twerk. I'm in a different world, each verse brings the metaverse. Optometrist, I change vision like the Oculus. Watch me fly over Metropolis. Tell all the populace, rise from sarcophagus. No hypothesis, I see apocalypse.
Worldwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download the Final Call Radio app and take us everywhere. On your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button or finalcallradio.com. Final Call Radio, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
What's your source for truth in news reports?
Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Where do you turn for non-corporate driven news that's fair and balanced?
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Subscribe to the Final Call News, your #1 free and independent news source that delivers hard-hitting national and international news coverage of today's political, economic, and social issues. To subscribe to local home delivery, call us at area code 662-252-8999. That's 662-252-8999. Visit our website at www.finalcall.com. Taste the difference. Taste supreme. Enjoy our 100% natural Supreme Spring Water with natural calcium and magnesium, but zero fluoride and zero chloride. Our bottles are BPA free. Order yours today. Call us at 800-573-8033. That's 800-573-8033. Or visit us online at www.supremespringwater.com. Live supreme. Be supreme. Drink supreme. Supreme Spring Water, 801 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314.
The Urban Indulgence Bath and Body Boutique. At Urban Indulgence, we pride ourselves on offering quality, effective skincare. Handcrafted with plant-based, skin-loving ingredients, our soaps and body butters will give you luxurious lather and ultimate moisture. Experience the Urban Indulgence at 3314 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, 3 blocks west of Poplar Plaza, or shop with us online at theurbanindulgence.com. Theurbanindulgence.com.
10,000 fearless on the move.
And yes, indeed, we're back about to close for tonight's program. We certainly thank all of you for taking time to tune in to tonight's broadcast. Once again, we want to thank our special guest, Student Minister Kevin Muhammad out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Our dear brother is doing a wonderful work, him and the believers there. And we are prayerful that all who are involved and engaged in that work will remain steadfast and keep our feet firm to the earth and stand behind the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and aid and help and carry out those instructions. And Almighty God will bless us with success. We've arrived at tonight's cultural moment, and I just feel peaceful tonight, dear brothers and sisters. And I thought that I would play something from my repertoire. This comes from my 2018 album entitled Arise and Shine. And we're going to play the title cut for you tonight in our cultural segment. It's entitled Arise and Shine. And that's what we got to do, brothers and sisters. Let's get up and go to work. So here we are, arise and shine.
Brothers and sisters, it's plain to see what this world is coming to, but it's time now. Time for me, time for you. Wake up, get up from your spiritual grave. Let the light in you shine through. Come on.
Brother, sister, the light has come for you and me now. We can go free now. Arise and shine. Sister, the light is shining on me and you now. We can break through now. It's your time.
Up in the early morning, seek my help from on high. Great thought it had a victory. Death tried to sting but missed me. And now I'm alive to arise and shine. Hey.
For you and me now. We can go free now. Arise and shine. Sister, the light is shining on me and you now. We can break through now. It's your time.
How much longer we're gonna sit and wait for the powers that be to change? Might want us, but they don't care about us. They're moving on without us. So open your eyes and see that the light has come for you and me. Oh yeah.
For you and me now. We can go free now. Arise and shine. Sister, the light is shining on me and you now. We can break through now. It's your time.
Now you will have naysayers, they just won't believe. But don't you let that sway ya. Stay on your mustaqim. See, they don't know the time and what must be done. So don't you lose your faith. You gotta keep the faith. Yeah. Cause we got work to do. He will see us through. In him seek refuge. There's no way we can lose. Step out on your faith. Cause he has shown the way. What he's done for them, he's done for me and you. Yeah. Oh, stand up, arise and shine.
Arise and shine.
Get up, brother, sister. Shine it on me, on you now. Hey, wake up. He came for you and me. You gotta make up your mind to arise and shine. This is our time, you know.
It's up in your own and be yourself, cause where it begins. What we saw on the moon. The sun has made it bright. Now we can walk and we won't stumble. We'll be alright.
Wake up, time to shine. I mean, really beaming with that new mind that transcends time. See, the enemy, he really wants to your mind, leaving you blind, making the path hard to find. See, we gon' separate or die. We don't get along. Stop living a 462-year-old lie. Don't leave the babies empty legacies, the devil's pie. Refuse, be ready for that fight. Look, I know it's hard to believe God chose us to stand us upright, to be his soldiers, to show the people the path to his way, to build his kingdom forever a brighter day. I hear y'all saying, man, that fool crazy. Nah, you just deaf, dumb, blind, and lazy. So get up, stand up, read up, wake up. Time to get your spiritual weight up.
Wake up, brother, sister, the light has come.
For you and me now, we can go free now. Yeah. Get up, brother, sister, on
we will walk into our destiny. Time's gonna be tough. Tail's gonna be head. Last gonna be first, y'all. Oh yeah. Time's gonna be tough. Tail's gonna be head. The last gonna be first.
10,000 fearless on the move.
Yes, and I hope you enjoyed that. That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Certainly, brothers and sisters, we thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, we leave you as we came before you with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
10,000 fearless on the move. Let's go. Deep in the delta where the willows grow, in the soil stained by the blood of my ancestors. Punch bowl voices call out to my soul for justice. The wicked will reap what they've sown. Spirit of Aziz is back on the rise. Soldiers in the delta kept it alive. Time to stand up, take our place in the sun. Understand the time and what must be done. 10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. Gotta make a move and take control. Have something we can call our own. So shine your light, help the people see that now is the time for us to be free. And if you waiting on the pie in the sky, you better wake up fast. They told you a lie, cause big fields await the wide awake man. Elijah's got the master. 10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. Injustice we've had enough. All of our divisions we're breaking up. Destiny has been calling us. The spirit of the Most High is guiding us. See, the time is now. What you waiting on? Quit shooting your brothers. Put your gun down. Come on. They got a cage waiting for you if you keep that up. Early graves coming to you. From that, can't raise you up. Now, Sister Ida B and Fannie Lou, check them out and you'll know what to do. But if you really want your enemy to be alarmed, read the final call. Follow Farrakhan. 10,000 fearless on the move. 10K fearless. Mississippi. 10K fearless on the move. Mississippi. Sip. 10K fearless. 10K fearless on the move. 10K fearless on the move. In Mississippi, Mississippi. 10,000 fearless on the move.